world full of Uniteds.
It is a magic moment from Heung-min Son!
Cities.
Through to Lucas Moura!
And Rovers.
Harry Kane! Oh, what a goal!
There is only one Hotspur.
Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur!
Hello and welcome back to the One Hotspur podcast. I am Toby from Spurs Center, and today I am joined by Louis and potentially Charlie from CB Designs, but he'll be on in a little bit. How you doing, Louis?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Toby. Just watched England win 1-0 in their first game of the Euros, so very happy.
Yeah. But let's get right into the Spurs stuff. So, not a ton happened this week, but we did confirm the appointment of Fabio. I've been thinking it's pronounced Fabio Paratici, but I was listening to Alistair Gold's YouTube video the other day, and he was saying Paratici. So I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but what do you think about Fabio? And are you excited that he's here, or are you a little nervous?
I'm excited, but I'm a bit nervous at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know what he'll bring to I don't know what he'll bring to obviously the team.
Mm-hmm. I'd say I'm quite excited. I think he's underrated. I think I would have preferred Louis Campos or Ralph Rangnick to be brought in instead of him, but I'm still super excited to have him as a part of the squad and part of the team. And I think he could bring a lot to us. And since his kind of rumored arrival, we've been linked with a ton of people. I mean, Serge Aurier, Moussa Sissoko have been linked with moves away already, and we've also been linked with Marcus Thuram, Mira Demiral, and Nicolas Gonzalez, which has all been linked with Fabio Paratici's arrival at Spurs as well. So let's start off with Serge Aurier. Do you want to see him leave the summer, or what do you think about Serge?
I think he will leave because we've already got a replacement in Reguilón.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
yeah.
I don't think... Well, Serge is a right back and Sergio's a left back, so I'd be surprised if we just let Serge go without signing another right back, but I agree. I think Serge should go. I don't think he's quite at Spurs level in terms of he's always making mistakes. I mean, this season he had a good little run, but I think consistency is key, and we really need that in the squad. So I'd hope we'd sign a replacement, but I'm a little nervous that Levy will just trust Tanganga to go into that right back spot, and we'll tell Paratici not to try to sign another right back. So we'll see how that goes. And then it also depends on if Paulo Fonseca's move is finalized and we give and he plays a 3-4-3 system, because then Tanganga definitely can't play right wing back. He could play right center back, but we need to sign another wing back. So so we'll see how that goes. But moving on from Serge Aurier, Moussa Sissoko, he's been linked with a move to Napoli. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he went away. It's just, I don't know how we would replace him.
Yeah. I mean, depending on if Winks leaves this summer. I know he was linked with Man United a little while ago, but I think we have a pretty just simple replacement for Sissoko in Oliver Skipp if Sissoko does leave. And I think Sissoko should leave. I mean, in the past few games he's played, his motivation isn't there anymore, and he doesn't give his all for the team.
Oliver Skipp is rumored to go back to Norwich for next season.
What'd you say?
He's rumored to go back to Norwich for next season.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'd be seriously shocked if it happened. I haven't seen any real links with him going back to Norwich next season. But yeah, I think just getting Sissoko out. Apparently, he only has 1 year left on his contract with an option to extend it for another year. So hopefully, we can just get him out the door and get maybe 10 million plus for him, and then be able to use that money to invest. Because I mean, as of this window, we already have 18 million in the bank. If you factor in Foyth's 13 million move to Villarreal, which was they activated their option to buy. And then Marcus Edwards, if you remember him, we sold him to Vitória de something in Portugal with a 50% buy-on clause. And it's rumored that Vitória just accepted I think just over 10 million pound bid for him. So that gives us another 5 million. So we already have 18 million. So hopefully we can get signing in for that amount. I mean, we've been linked with a few players that would be cheaper than that. Savitzer has been rumored to be 15 million. So,
but are we getting a transfer ban because of or something because of the Super League?
What was that?
Are we getting like a transfer ban or something because of what we did with the Super
League? No. That was I think that's if like they try it again to make another Super Leagues. I think they'd get all the clubs would get a transfer ban, but that hasn't happened. So, but yeah, I think it's a good start to the window in terms of funds. And I mean, Carlos Vinicius, Gareth Bale, their wages are off the books as well. So must be signing back.
Hopefully, we can sign Gareth Bale back and Vinicius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I think Sissoko should leave. Anyhow, moving on. What are your thoughts on Marcus Thuram? Do you have any strong opinions on him? Yeah. Oh, okay.
The Leipzig guy.
No, he plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach.
I haven't really heard of him that much because I don't really watch Bundesliga that much.
Well, he plays in the Bundesliga. He had a little bit of a stop-start year this season with injuries and that type of thing, but he did notch 8 goals and 2 assists. Not too many appearances either. He only made 29 appearances and only 20 starts. And last season, when he was less of an injury, had less injuries, he scored 10 goals and notched another 8 assists. So, yeah, I think he's a good player. Although it slightly worries me that we're looking at Marcus Thuram and Nicolas Gonzalez, 2 left wingers, and Heung-min Son still hasn't signed his contract extension. Got to admit that's making me a little nervous because it seems like we should be looking at more right wingers rather than left wingers, especially since we already have Steven Bergwijn, whose preferred position is left winger, and then we have Son as well. So, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. And so yeah, I think he'd be a good signing depending on how much we could get him for. I think if we could get him for under 30 million, I think that would be a good signing. But I think we really need to focus and prioritize signing a center back. I think that's really got to be the priority this window. And from what I've heard, like listening to Alistair Gold and that type of thing, that is what the club's looking to do. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on, I'm assuming you don't know much about Nicolas Gonzalez either, then, if you don't watch too much Bundesliga.
No.
All right. Well, Nicolas Gonzalez plays for VfB Stuttgart. I'm not entirely sure if I pronounced that right, but he's Argentinian. And he's, like I said earlier, another left winger, left mid. And this season he had it similar to Thuram. He had some injuries this season and he only made 10 starts and 15 appearances. But he did score 6 goals and he made another 2 assists. So I think that's pretty good numbers for an injury year and only making 10 starts. So I think similar to Marcus Thuram, I think if we could get him under 30 million, preferably under even like 25 million, I think that'd be a good deal. But moving on to Mira Demiral. We were linked with him this morning. Plays for Turkey and Juventus, who Fabio Paratici used to work for. So he does have a pretty hefty contract. I mean, it runs through 2024, so he probably wouldn't be cheap. But like I was saying earlier, I mean, we need to prioritize center back. So do you know much about Mira Demiral?
No.
Like I said, he plays for Juventus. He didn't make a ton of appearances this year. I mean, they have a lot of squad depth at that center back spot. But I know some people who follow Turkey and follow Serie A are really keen on him. So he seems like a good player. I'd be happy with it. But yeah, I don't know too much about him either. I know he's 23, hasn't done a ton professionally yet, but I think he wouldn't be a bad signing at all. He has a lot of potential in him, and I think ultimately I'd like to see him come to Spurs. And if that's what Paratici wants, then I'd be open to it. Yeah, I think that just about covers most of the transfer stuff we talked about. So really quickly, I wanted to say something on Christian Eriksen, just in case you hadn't heard. I don't think it's been confirmed what exactly happened to him, but he collapsed to the ground in the Denmark-Finland game yesterday and was unresponsive and unconscious. And luckily, they were able to resuscitate him, and it was confirmed that he wasn't breathing. So they were able to resuscitate him, like I said, and he's doing fine now. But just on behalf of the One Hotspur Pod and Spurs fans everywhere, I think we can all say that just we're wishing the best to Eriksen and hoping he recovers and is able to play again. So
I respect. Hope you're doing well and your family's doing well. And also big shout out to the Denmark captain for calming down his wife and stuff. And
yeah, I think it was Simon Kjær. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but him and Kasper Schmeichel both really just kind and looking after everyone. So, but yeah, I mean, I think we've. What are your thoughts on Paulo Fonseca?
Huh? On what?
What are your thoughts on Paulo Fonseca?
Don't really mind, to be honest, on him. I'm going to be a bit nervous.
Yeah. I think ultimately, if we do appoint him, I think it's Fabio Paratici's man. That's what Alistair Gold said, that we had other people that Daniel Levy preferred ahead of him, but Paratici wanted Fonseca after Conte. If we couldn't get Conte, Fonseca or Paratici wanted Fonseca. So if that's what Paratici wants, then I'm going to back it. I mean, he signed Antonio Conte for Juventus back before Antonio Conte had done much at all. So I think we should have to back him if it does happen. And if we're going to sign him, just get the deal done and, announce him, get him to sign the contract. It's rumored it's going to be 2 years with an option to extend for a third. And
yeah, it's supposed to be announced in the week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we'll see if it happens. I want to get him in charge sooner rather than later so that we can finally make some moves in the transfer market. So, yeah, I think that's just about that. Trying to think if there's much else.
No, there's not.
We kind of flew through that
quite quickly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that was a quick pod. Like I said, not a lot happened this week, so
For the viewers out there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening. If you did listen to that nice and short one, we'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're getting close to 100, so make sure you go and fill that out. And follow us on Instagram.
Be a big achievement for us.
Yeah, I would really appreciate the extra sub, and we'll see you in the next one. Come on, you Spurs.
Please, Spurs.